Homeostasis. Homeostasis is the description for when internal conditions of an organism remain stable, regardless of what goes on the external environment. Basically, our bodies try to keep everything as it was before, despite external changes. For example, a student commutes under very hot temperatures. Their body does what it could to maintain its usual internal temperatures. Therefore, the student sweats in order to cool down the body. That is a form of negative feedback, where the body reverses any changes made. There is also the less common positive feedback, where the body encourages the changes made, such as when you scrape your knee and your body urges itself to produce more platelets for blood clot.
Misdemeanor on the floor, pretty boy, here I come. Punks in the bump, make you wanna hurt something. I can take your man, I don't have to set something. Hang him out the window, call me Michael Jackson.
Sensory and motor mechanisms. Sensation and perception. One is the raw input from the peripheral nervous system. The other is the interpretation of sensation by our brain. Sensory receptors are cells that detect stimuli, and they make up our spatial senses. The spatial senses have specialized structure for vision or sight, gustation or taste, olfaction or smell, hearing, and equilibrium or sense of balance. Types of sensory receptors are mechanoreceptors, which respond to physical stimuli known as touch. Thermoreceptors respond to temperature. Pain receptors for pain. The photoreceptors for light. Chemoreceptors detect chemicals, and proprioceptors detect position of body parts.
Endocrine system. The endocrine system is made up of ductless glands that make hormones. Hormones are the body's chemical messengers. They carry information and instructions from one set of cells to another. The endocrine glands release hormones into the bloodstream. This lets the hormones travel to cells in other parts of the body. Endocrine hormones help control mood, growth, and development, the ways of our organs work, metabolism, and reproduction.
Begin to be half of what you think of me. I could do about anything.
Nervous system. The nervous system consists of the central nervous system, which is the brain and spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, which are the sensory and motor nerve axons that connect the central nervous system to the muscles and organs. Neurons are specialized cells that process information. For example, when a person touches a hot object, the sensory neurons at her fingertips senses the heat via its dendrites. The message travels up the axon and makes its way to the axon terminals, which is then received by another neuron. From sensory neurons to interneurons, which send signals all the way to the spinal cord, then to the brain. The brain then decides what to do and sends the message back, which reaches the motor neurons. These motor neurons causes the arm to move away from the hot object.